You know, I really was not planning on another Marner video until at least the season started, but we got a pretty insane quote from Steve Dangle. For those who don't know, Steve Dangle is a hockey personality covering mostly the Leafs. He's been doing Leafs reactions videos for like 15 years. For a while, he also worked with Sportsnet, Canada's main hockey broadcaster. Well, on his podcast today, which I will link below, he told a story of a run-in he had with Mitch's team, and I'll let him read the message he received.
And you let me know how this comes across. You piece of shit. Shut the fuck up about Marner. You know zero about the game, you little puke. You'll never get to speak to him again.
Now, I too have been critical of Steve Dangle. I think really the entire podcast is basically unlistenable after something either really good or really bad happens to the Leafs. It lacks objectivity, but I get it as a fan. You cannot, however, have someone on your team, it's not apparently Paul Marner, rather someone on his security detail, openly threatening people for criticizing how you play a game. That's a reporter's job or an analyst's job, ultimately, and Steve had a really good point. This guy is still doing it publicly on Twitter and Instagram. If you're Mitch Marner and you don't sack this guy, that is essentially tacit support of what he's doing. Like, I have employees. If one of them was hurling abuse at every random person who had a negative thing to say about me, I mean, how could you? I'm joking. Then I would tell them to stop. Certainly if they were being aggressive and abusive about it. And honestly, this situation is why I'm so iffy about the Marner situation. And again, I mentioned this in my prior video. Obviously, he should not be doxxed and he shouldn't have his address leaked. But this dude has done whatever possible, it seems, to make himself unlikable, from his camp to what we've heard about his father to also his security detail, apparently. So this came after the Habs playoff series that the Leafs blew in spectacular fashion, and emotions were running hot at that point, both, I assume, on the Leafs side and on Steve's side. I will say, if I ever get abuse hurled at me by a player, I will be sure to make a video of it and milk it for as much as it's worth. Anyway, as I mentioned, link to the original source down in the description. See you guys next time.